I want for the honorable man, the DA people, and be listening to the radio to take key notes to this growing community so that our people, things will stop losing from here. So these are my concerns. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much this morning. Like to appreciate you. Keep the calls coming to 081 1435 04 0776 105 105. And let's hear you this morning. I'm here to pick up your call so that we can have time together. Let's discuss Grandjide. Let's discuss Liberia. What's on your mind? And let's talk about it here this morning. At 8 o'clock, they will bring you some information from the prison compound. I mean, we were there yesterday, so we'll be talking about it and also talking about other national issues. But let's go to Dadimus the Boss Katet. How are you this morning?
Good morning, Sheku.
Good morning, brother. How are you?
This is Adam on the boss.
I know. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
I want to ask you, let's see, working how password get a mobile money.
The what?
A password get a mobile money where you forget about one of the numbers there. What are you your boss?
I know about you. I beg you your trouble.
Okay.
I beg you your trouble the money. Uh-huh. I beg you your trouble the money. So keep the calls coming to 081 1435 04 0776 105 105. Let's hear you this morning. Keep the calls coming. Let's talk about it. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Your name? Where you calling from?
My name is Mary. I'm calling from Georgia Central Martin.
Okay, welcome. Let's hear you.
Why they may ask me why the boss get passport? Are you the one brother boss?
Jelly. Gentlemen, I send a link in the studio, please. In the chat room. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead, Nelly.
Since our president took over his desk, why he just can get his access? That they can attend and he see before he coming to declare access, why he not get some money now upon left red back from. So based on that, our lawmaker was just go insist. I beg him, he shouldn't do it to Boga. Let him declare his access so we'll know what we're up to. I was to put in a word just when I'm hearing anything from him. Let him declare his access. And then he tell all the receipts from the other formula, everything inside. Before tomorrow, he say, how you are looking. They will understand everything that you can't read, they will understand it.
Okay.
That's my issue.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much this morning. Thank you. Let's take another person. Good morning.
Good morning, Sekou. This is Stephen Williams. Who you do it to?
Stephen Williams, welcome this morning. Let's hear you.
Thank you, brother.
Okay.
First of all, good morning. I came to applaud, and then I have one thing to say after it. Let me say thank you first to the government for the role, for the national role that started strictly to Maryland. That today I can leave from Zredro and get back before 4 I in Monrovia. Let me say thank you. Yeah, that one, let me say thank you. Number two thing, the boxes that they say they brought to trial, which is only 2 to trial, while they are correct for Liberia, moving, they can be, who move in Liberia, then they will go for the other one to bring. Send the kid to try and we are indecisive. When we claim it there too for trial, maybe we can carry our first one harmony because they said that when the battle go down there, you can't count that.
We can pause it with it.
Then when I'll be going to trial for trial, I carry my small hammer with me. When like no way, I won't be the win here, we can answer. So the trial for trial. So I think in being other country, there are competitions when it comes to transport. Stevie Willow has over 60 buses running from Sekou Kroma, have a own of 55 running from here to K-Mount. Oh.
Hello. Okay. They book your money, right? Okay. All right. So we have Brown. Is here already? Othello, good morning. How are you?
Yeah. Good morning, Sekou. And good morning to the people of Grand Jida and Liberia as a whole.
Okay, good. Thank you so much. What's the latest from your angle?
Oh well, the only thing I see trending in from here is that Falcon drama with to LBS. Eugene Falcon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Eugene
Yeah,
Falcon.
go ahead.
No, Eugene Falcon, he was speaking, talking, and they said no with confidence. I know he tell the director general for LBS, telling me what to do, what not to do. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Let's take calls. Hello,
Good.
Stephen Sekwat Sewong. How are you?
Yes, I'm okay, sir.
Let's hear you.
Thank you. I'm sorry for the radio. Yeah, I'll close to the radio.
Go ahead.
All right. Seku, first of all, let us admit, I think Eugene Falcon is the reason that when government is appointing people in high profile, positions, it should be well verified. Most especially in terms of administrative ranking, know the person capability and so forth. I don't think it was a mistake that Eugene Falcon was dismissed during the regime of President Weah,
Okay.
because you cannot deny people from a freedom of information. I don't think EFBC was built by one, political party. That is the reason during the tenure of President Weah, you see people growing from the opposition, not only United Party, but from the oppositional angle. They were all enjoying that privilege. But to see Falcon denying people because you are not from the ruling establishment, that is the complete signal of denying or depressing people from. Let's take for instance, for example, you have the community radio station. Then all of the local authority or maybe the lawmakers just go there and say those who are supporting us should not express. How those people going to understand their thoughts?
Okay.
Because nobody will walk to your house. So money and just can criticize you. People can be free to express on radio. You see? So Eugene Falcon, the government actually need to do something about it. If not, foreseen confusion or commotion at our radio station one day. And then the next thing is that Seku,
Mm-hmm.
this government, it is a government, I keep saying it, and I'm not missing my tongue. This government is actually disorganized, Seku.
Okay.
Can you imagine? Just quite recently, when the machine, some yellow machine arrived at Freeport, government officials start posting here and there, like Patrick Honor and other guys, they start posting. The president on e-marshal said, no one should make any public pronouncement except the 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 the, the, the position or the person that is responsible to pass on information regarding any government matter should be the one to express.
Mm-hmm.
Are you kidding me? This is completely wrong. You have the information minister or maybe the press secretary general that is responsible for every executive issues, most especially in the office of the president. You leaving her and you just providing fake information. Can you imagine that this machine that were posted all on Facebook and things, they are margin for B mounting? So if they say this margin, they are margin that they brought for all Nigeria County, we want our own. We want our own.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so
Thank
Seku.
you for your concern this morning.
Yeah, Seku,
Yep.
so you guys have discussed the issue or you have my talking point and then I hear people discuss them or so I don't know what's going on. You have discussed it already?
No, we are still on. No. We are still on callers.
Oh,
We still have people calling. Yeah. Yeah, we've not discussed that yet. But we are still listening. Otello, don't pick up the WhatsApp. I'm trying to let the other people know that we're on. Yep. Let's
Yeah,
take
hello.
this person. Hello, Mr. Ba. How are you?
Oh, thank you. You make the voice. That's fine.
Welcome. Let's hear you.
Yeah, I just want to tell many speakers that I want this government to do as the past government. No, it is not possible.
Okay.
You cannot replicate Omen Bwakai government to we are government. No, it is not possible.
Mm-hmm.
I heard somebody saying that they brought buses, we have brought buses and we're on free of charge, we are running in. No, look at the economic status of the country. So if you want to take everything free, then people like, because they like free thing.
Mm-hmm.
Then how do we build our economics? You see, so if they are thinking that way, I don't think it is appropriate. Well, Bwakai government is trying to build up the economy of Liberia. So let's not compare the work of other government to that of his government. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. You cannot replicate the WIA government or the Bwakai government to that of the WIA government. They are taking their own time to do something. Emmanuel, welcome. How are you this morning?
Good morning, Sheku. Good morning to everyone on the show. Good morning to our many listeners. It is good to be here again this morning. We are here because you are here to listen. So thank you, Sheku, for having me. And it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Yeah. What's on your mind this morning before we go forward?
Yeah.
Hello?
Thank you, Sheku. Yeah, you hear me, right? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm getting you loud and clear.
Okay. Yeah, so what is on my mind this morning?
Clear.
Yeah, I said, what is on my mind this morning?
Emmanuel.
Your voice keep repeating. I hear you. Okay. So what is on my mind this morning is the arrogance of the United Party since the CDC was on. You know, like I always say, and I keep saying, I support presidents when they are elected, but I think CDC and United Party should have just given a broad chance to move forward. Because the two political parties, they are there to be fighting each other and not there to develop abroad. Right now, if anything happens in the government, you talk about it, they can't joke out there. What you say? You know, you're supposed to joke, you keep quiet.
Mm-hmm.
And they try to joke out there too. When you never say, you're supposed to just to you keep quiet. So the whole going right now, anything wrong in the plea, go to your thought. No, the whole defeat here for the president will do it, he'll lead us. Like the thing, just as somebody's personal thing. This is not somebody's personal, this is some people's life. To be the president and leader of the nation, the people's life is in your hand. Everyone is depending on you. So what is on my mind is to advise those supporting the Unity Party and supporting the rescue train. We are not against the man. We just feel he was not capable of doing the work. Still, like Bruce selected him. Now that he's been selected, let him do the work for us. Let's not forget about the plenty causing issues. Yeah,
okay, to the work. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. Let's take this caller quickly. Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning. Your name and where you calling from?
My name is Fidesco Jizian, according from Johnsonville.
Fidesco, welcome. Let's hear you.
Thank you very much. I want to talk on the lawmakers of Grand Gita County.
Go ahead.
On the issue of the $100,000, the money that have been given to them, the monies are there for them to come back to the county to sit down to make plans how we use the money. But let them now, others are traveling to America. So the money was given for you to travel to America? No. They gave you the money to come back to your citizen to tell them, oh yes, that's the money, what we'll do with this money. Let the citizen bring up that view, they will know what to do with the money. And we'll have a lot of projects that will be the lawmakers of Nigeria County, it's like they take this job to become a farmer job in the country.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you are the farmers, when you own your farm, cutting your plantain, nobody can come there and order you. Because that's the whole job you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Who put you there to do what the citizen wants for you to do? You just a representative for the citizen. You're not there to do things on your own. So I want to appeal to the people that connected to this, to the delegates or representative.
Mm-hmm.
Let them try to make their call to their bosses. Let them try and bring the Nigerian money back. Let it come back for this delegate money. The money are not there for you to go and travel. So we have the 100,000, you can't travel. So bring that money back. And the second thing here about the cow issue business,
Mm-hmm.
the cow issue, majorities of the citizens in support of the cow issue, and minority are not in support. Because when we look at the AG land here now, they are living in Johnsonville, and the cow live with us in Johnsonville here. So AG have the middle land of the country. Then people complaining about the cattle business, and you live in the country that have this benefit or middle land, then you giving the land to the people for the cattle used to be there. So definitely you are in support of the cow. So that backing those people is current superintendent, let him try to see about the cattle business. Even the pond that the cow can go there and drink. It's not found at that. So thank you for your show, Sekou.
Thank you very much. We'll take one more person and then we go over to start discussing what we're here for this morning. 081 1435 04 0776 105 105. Let's hear you this morning, just in case you want to be a part of the program. We will be very much glad to put you in here this morning. So let's take this pricing. Hello.
Yeah, how you doing, Sekou? There is Madam Victoria G. Zulu calling you from City Hall Community.
Madam Zulu, welcome. Let's hear you, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this morning I want to speak on the issues of people in the Liberia criticizing President this time. What I feel.
Okay.
They will man in the country when I get a good leader. Who will not get a good leader because anybody they put there to do something for us, they will get something to say. For we are in power, they may not know nothing, they may get spending the money, he this and that. Baka get there now, they can't get him chance to win. Let us stop this thing. Look at other people that came from freedom. We are freedom who came from war. For go to the poor who now the place war bill. What beyond that thing will be coming down there, what they will be completely, they put it there, they put it there. So they say, well, we get together, now say, let's do this here. So my would not get nobody in the country to work for us. That is why I want to say this money. Go our president inside divide money and rest. They got a stupid country man here. Because you not know the use of the money, that why you divide money and rest. They don't go buy on the farm so we can make our farm to get food. That problem. Go after go. The super they the senator, the representative, they making farm for the people to get food. In that lawyer, we want to say that in office, so they're the pressure. It's not good at that. Let us listen to you. And you know the party, president will get in what we tell the president to do.
This morning, we appreciate you for being a part of the program.
Thank you.
Okay. Madam Victoria G. Zulu. They're on the line. So we're going to hold the phone lines for now. Let me see. Josiah Ganti. All right, let's bring him in quickly and then we stick it there and go to our discussion this morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Sekou.
Josiah?
Yes, sir. Thank you for the information.
Okay, Josiah Ganti, welcome. Let's hear you this morning.
Okay, and I think this morning is a very fun topic, very article topic that you can speak for your own mind to explain why is it affecting the country or the country.
Yep.
Okay. I started this morning with the MPA business. what this guy on your show last night, you gave a party comment. I listened to it, but they were no to call because at that time the program almost finished. Why you're saying the president bringing bodies from Ghana that are not useful for the country. I tell what decided to call this money and raise some concern on that.
Who was the guy that was on the radio last night?
No, I said, that one the panel is give me a party comment. I listen to it too good.
Oh, okay. That's Steve.
Okay. Anyway, I don't know, but I link to the party comment. That's not too good. I think our senator Yaya was right to use this word that don't live on the country, but live in the country.
Yep.
What he said today, I think we see a lot of things in the country personally because if you live on the country, nothing will do for the country. You always go this side.
Mm-hmm.
But we live in the country, you know the value of your country. People in their country, which is Africa, Ghana, those countries that drink competition with the government, you always let to compete with government, which is when government do this, individual go and do this.
What's going on, guys? Is your good frozen?
Yeah, PSO.
To help the country, we always let the police someone trying to help us. It happens that if I win election, we see 100 days and no car will reach only having a lot. The election story. Nothing happen. It can't happen. Where you take money from? But today now, you can list up this schedule round 8 before 4 over you in Morocco. You see there? But still, people still complain that the road is for is slippery. Car can go on this, car can go on this. They didn't before, nothing like that. So in the scale, let one live in the country, but we still live on the country. Because if we live on the country, nothing will do. We'll go to place until I add the library. Now be like the country.
Good morning, Otelo. Good morning, Zaza. Our man Sekou gone. You come back.
Oh, okay.
God's willing him be back.
Yeah, I chatted also.
You for joining this broadcast here this morning. Yes, we keep having some little tea-tattoo with the internet and so forth and so forth. Dixie Levi, welcome.
I'm gonna come back, Sekou. But how things going, Otero?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Dixie, are you there?
They're talking to you, Sekou talking to you. You're not hearing him?
I like getting Sekou.
Sekou talk. Sekou ask you say
Dixon, please go out. Dixon, go out and come back in. Then you get me. Emmanuel, you can get me, right?
Sekou say go out and come back in. Dixon. Sekou say go out.
I'm getting you clear. I'm getting you clear.
Sekou, getting you now. Getting you now. Go ahead.
All right, good. Thank you very much. This morning, we'll be expecting, hopefully, a female panelist. Hopefully. Miata Stella Herring. We will be expecting a female panelist. We've been talking this morning off the radio behind the scene, and she should be joining us. I sent her the link already. If not today, then definitely tomorrow she will be a part of the show. But let me say this. We took a tour yesterday with the superintendent of Grand Jira County. At the prison compound. I went there before to speak to someone, yesterday was another time that I went there. But let me show you. I don't know why when I'm sharing things, then there can be delay in the video. I don't know what's going on. But let me show this image to you quickly. Are you guys seeing this?
Yes, Sekou, can see it. Go ahead.
Good. This is the wall. The one side of the wall at the back of the prison compound there. This wall fell off. I want to show you some things.
No, but
this is it.
The person they get free passes, yeah.
Hotel, you get problem. Hotel, I call you in here. I let it think you can be doing you. You can join in people what you call it. Yeah, I'm a member. Okay, this is it. This is it.
Wow.
I think I did a little video. I don't know what it's going to play.
Wow.
Yeah, but still go ahead and disrupt it for radio listeners that are not following on social media.
Look at the pickup. Gentlemen, this is the only pickup that the PSU they're using in Grand Jide for operation.
No one using
this
that car.
Is the only pickup. Listen to me now. Their pickup has been down for I don't know how many years. Meaning, the PSU in Grand Jide, they don't have pickup. They don't have mobility. Listen, let me show you. Let the video move. Let me show you something. Look at the PSU home, Otello, and the rest of the team. This is where PSU officers who left from Monrovia come to work the Grand Jide. That's where they stay. That's where they stay.
When I mean the PSU themselves in jail. You see the
PSU officer themselves in jail. Now this is the Bureau of Correction director, and this is the car they've been using to transport inmates from the prison compound to Marshall Totman Memorial Hospital. And for other operations, when it comes to the inmate going to the hospital, if they are not well, they're sick, they take them there. But
is the vehicle functioning?
Listen.
Man, stay joking.
But it's not functioning. There are multiple problems.
It's down.
So which one is it? Barracks, where we are living. Correctional officers.
Okay, good. Let me move on. I'm sorry for those of you who not seeing the video and you're home. You have the time. Please follow us on Top FM page or the SKTV page. Now, you see the rest here. They got 203 inmates in the prison. This is the only food left for them. They are eating 3 bags of rice and a half a day, according to what I got. A day. This is the only supply that they're left with. The gallons you see over there, no oil in it. Only the gallons that are under the table.
That 30 small bag of rice in there.
Okay.
So 30 divided
where
by,
you see packing there.
Like just 4 days. After 4 days, no more food.
Up to now, the supplies have not come. That's why you see over there. So only that oil that under that table. So it also tells you that. My God. Oh my word. Let me show you another thing. In the generator room. But the 2 generators, they are perfectly working. But I don't remember when last they put the generator on to supply electricity there because they don't have fuel. No fuel to put this generator on. Let me move on again. Gentlemen, what really puzzled me yesterday, what brought that kind of sorrow to me, the security of our country. That when they are riot, no wonder why when these guys come for riot or on riot scene, they can be so angry. They can be angry because of the way they've been treated. Because of the way they've been treated, they can be so angry until they can leash the anger on the protester or whoever they are coming to arrest. Now, see this thing. I want you to see office. The PSU office here, the particular place, the PSU office here. I come and take you to one of the bedrooms. You see the place, people, children, people, husbands, someone's father. Look at their room. Look at the PSU room. See where the guys sleep. See, no window, nothing over there. I mean, you have a window, but nothing. Just see the living condition of this. Look at this door. But somebody sleeping player, so PSU officer.
Why do you have the other building here?
Now, this is a rehabilitation area. You know, they call the place correction center or correction area or whatever. Now, when they take you inside there, they should have various skill training activities. So the time you will be sentenced for when you come out, you will be a very useful person in society. This particular place, for the last, I don't know how many years, it's been like this. They zinc up. It's spoiled. You see there? I'll show you the inside of the building. And Grand Jide prison, the Bureau of Correction in Grand Jide is the biggest prison in Liberia. That's what I heard yesterday again. Now, this is the wild area where you're supposed to have various components of skill training activities. Maybe soap making, tailoring, carpentry. You just name that is. The place is so wide that you can divide it into 8 different areas or sections to carry on training activities. Probably the camera was not able to grab the wideness of this particular place. But see how the place is. Let me show you a video of it. This is a video of the government sitting in Monrovia all along. The last 6 years, when that car was given to PSU, it broke down. Like a Grand Jury detachment passed there, the police are here, they don't even get a car. Right? This one, you got braver city in one of the places there. Water City. This should be the agricultural area, you know. Nothing going on there. Absolutely nothing is going on there. Let's get this guy. Okay. Then we come to her. We're going to hold it right there. This is a situation of our people in Grand Jury. Not just our people, but people who inside there that's supposed to be looked at. That's the situation we got with it. Only one component of a training I saw that was a tailoring department. It's effective there, but even as that, they don't have materials, no supply, nothing of the kind. If the people who take care of prisoners, inmates, they've been treated in that way. Brother, tell me, what much more about the prisoner themselves in there? Let's begin with you, Dixon Levi, from the civil society background. Then we start hitting man. We go to our political analyst. I mean, sometimes he takes some side with the CDC because not even CDC. He large as CDC. He is a ANC supporter. That's why I know. But probably on this show, he's not supporting anybody because he can go water with everybody. But let's begin with Emmanuel Zaza. Your Mewa 2 or your 14 holding. Let's begin with. Go ahead.
Okay, so you want me to start before him or
no? That is civil society man start.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that's our ANC man. He put him in secret also, man. But thank you, Sekou. And thanks to the viewer on the social media and those in radio land. The condition of the Zoeju Correction Palace or Rehabilitation Center, also known as the Zoeju Central Prison, is appalling. And thank you, Sekou, for accompanying the superintendent there so as to bring these pictures to us and videos so that we have the understanding of what is happening at the Palace of Correction. Those of you who didn't have the opportunity to see the video and the pictures from there, let me just give you a descriptive picture. The Palace of Correction is just around 30 kilometers from Zoeju city center. But that place is hosting inmates, including those who are sentenced for crimes and those who are pre-trial detainees awaiting trials. But guess what? The big fence, just as Monrovia Central Prison fence is, almost half of the fence are falling down. So it is why it is an open door walkthrough my man Otto said, me anybody can go in, anybody can leave from there. It's open. No fence. One side of the fence broken down. So it means those who are already criminal or those who are pre-trial detainees and waiting trial maybe for murder, for rape, and some other serious crimes may like they have the opportunity to leave when the securities are not around or when the security are not alight over there. So the whole place is vulnerable. More besides, no vehicle. So we just show all vehicles for the police and older vehicle for the police officers themselves. I think it is terrible. You can't treat people like that. But see, when I come back, we look at the budget of the Liberia National Police, the Ministry of Justice, wherein the Palace of Correction is under. What they have in the budget for the justice. So all through what have been happening is people only having budget for salary. Lord justice is not filtering down at the county level. I think this is terrible. Even the Liberia National Police right here, for the last few years, they don't have a single vehicle. The vehicle that came into Grand Judea some time ago was for election purpose. So what are they doing with their own money? Lawmakers are vehicle every 3 years. Every 3 years, buying 35,000, 45,000 vehicles every 3 years. And the government policy say you cannot continue anytime the government purchase a new vehicle. If you use it for 3 years, that vehicle GSA can auction it. It is no longer worthy for serious use. But I can tell you for free, the police, the LMP vehicle, that vehicle, I think more than 10 years. But the government still not say 3 years, right? So I think it is an unfortunate. Then I saw the food aspect. You put the people in one cage, they can't go anywhere, and 200 some more people say they can eat 25 kg bag of rice per day. And I checked the bag of rice in their warehouse. It is 13. You do the mathematics.
Quickly, 1 minute quickly. Sister Miata, can you hear me? Okay, panelists, are you hearing her? I need to bring her through the other side.
No.
Okay, good. Let me see how best I can from the screen there so that we'll hear very clearly this morning. Yeah, go ahead. I'll bring her in.
So as we speak now, they got the 13 bag of rice, 25 kg rice. They are eating 3 per day. So it means they will just have rice for 4.5 days. And after the 4.5 days, if they can't have any supply, I mean they will starve. So we have to be serious about they are humans, their rights need to be protected. So having said that, Sekou, I think the superintendent now has the insight of the Palace of Correction, and he can be able to make some strong recommendation to central government, including the lawmakers, can be able to invite the Ministry of Justice to go and give reason as to why those people, their condition cannot be improved. That is my initial comment. When I come back, I will talk about what they have in the budget.
Okay, good. Let me bring in Miata Stella here. Are you there?
I am here.
Gentlemen, can you hear her now?
Good morning. Good morning. Testing 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Otello, you can hear her?
Can you hear me? Testing, testing, testing. Can you hear me?
Welcome.
Otello and all the rest of the crew, can you hear me?
Yeah, you are clear, very clear.
They're not responding, so that means they can't hear me.
No, they are hearing you loud and clear. I'm sure it's you that are not getting there. I don't know why. But you are hearing me.
Uh, yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, you are
So
hearing me.
then let me say good morning to the crew. Let me say good morning, Grand Gita. Listen, I listened to your show, Sekou, of course, I'm a full-fledged member of Riser. Up and I happen to come across or you send me a link to this show. And I'm extremely, extremely excited. Why? Because for years we've been trying to decentralize our country. The government, we as a people are not pushing, we have not been pushing to do that. But through the media, decentralization. Because and outside of like in Grand Day is that I listen to the show and I look at guys because to me it's not balance. Balance means that we have one girl, one boy, two girls, two boys, and then we balance. For all of you men can be on a show and there's no female on the show. I'm listening also to the audience calling into the show. Where my ladies at? Where the women of Grand Judah? So why are you not speaking up? You have things on your mind. Why are you not letting it off your chest? Let me say this. The only reason why people do not become who they want is because they are attached to who they have been. Let me repeat that. The only reason why people do not become who they want to be is because they have been. Do I mean? In our society, Liberia is male dominant. Therefore, it's systemic, meaning that we carry on and carry on and continue. Let a man then dominate, say on top of our more, and think they're going on like that. They forget who treat the dapper and find a small rest to feed them. Then when they get certain age, do not speak up, stand up, express yourself, good, bad, or indifferent. You, mama, you have the voice. You, mama, you started training your children before your children went to school. Because you know why? Before they eat, who did they run to? They run to ma. Oh ma, they rev. Oh ma, smarty here for me. So how would that be? And then when it comes time for everything else, including the government, fall out of it, including coming onto this radio. Think about it for a minute. Put on your thinking cap and ask yourself why. So it is important. Don't be afraid. Don't be scared.
We lost our Sego?
Okay. Yeah, she's on. She's on. Madam, 1 minute, quickly. Let's see what kind of adjustment we can do. The guys need to be responding to you. But look, let me see. Go ahead, CRO, quickly. Go ahead. I'm trying to bring up in another way around so that we use only her voice for today. Yeah, go ahead.
Let's go ahead. So, Otello, you saw the pictures. What's the reaction on the pictures of the Palace of Correction where inmates and criminals are sentenced?
Well, thank you, CRO. For all indication, what Seku display on the screen here, doesn't prove that there's a Palace of Correction right there, because nothing there to be corrected, and nothing there at all. That mean that a band that I need to be for that place. Yeah, that kind of place. You hear me, CRO?
Thank you. Thank you very much. Emmanuel Zaza?
Yeah, thank you, Sheku. It's good to be back again. Let me demonstrate my little political. The first time I voted in Nigeria, I voted for Winston Tottenham in 2005. In the second round, I voted for George Weah. The third time, we used to be 2011, I was playing like pro. But I also supported the same Winston Tottenham because Winston Tottenham on CBC ticket. I supported the CBC. In 2011, I supported Alexander Cummings. I support individuals. I do not support political party. Because in the political party manifesto, or maybe in their constitution or bylaw, whatever you will call it, you have to protect the interests of the party. Suppose support the party, there's nothing wrong with Waka right now. Nothing is doing wrong. Everything he's doing is right. Those support the CDC, there's nothing wrong with Joy. Everything Joy we are doing is right. So that we are not support political party and support the individual. And if they are doing it wrong, I will speak against it. So I'm not an ANC member. I'm not support ANC. I support it. And I think you are going to be better than any of the other people, or maybe Maniba or somebody else. I just feel the CDC and Unity Party were not the right group of people. And this is some of the reason why. You see our country? 6 months. 6 months. Since the new government, maybe we hear about the Medbay Road. Okay. So I'm not really Medbay, don't need for all cash criminal in the country because we're not there will control the criminal with Medbay Road. Can you hear me, guys?
Oh, man, one second. What happened?
Otello, I tell you,
I got 2 minutes. Yes, I got 2 minutes. So you got an issue. I got 2 minutes already, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I got 2 minutes. Yes, I got 2 minutes. Something like 2 minutes. So this the reason why we never wanted a CDC or Unity Party, because when CDC got there, they started remaining Unity Party. Unity Party there for 4 years into it. So we face it. Unity Party come back now. For the first 6 months, all the complain about CDC, they don't want to do the full work. And this is happening because we ourselves don't know who to vote for. We don't know we don't know what we want in the country. So we just vote. Let me just vote. Let John Weah go. I want John Weah to be president. Anybody can win John Weah president, I'll vote for. Now today, so they have the election. The people want to vote. No, because they want Waka to vote. They want the party. They will not vote for a person who is capable of doing the work. 6 months in the administration, no food for inmates, no sleepiness for security officers, no logistics. 6 months. But the president can fly anywhere he wants to fly right now. Legislators can go anywhere they want to go. They can go for their retreat and spend 500,000. Ministers can go anywhere. They can have their cars. But the police, the firefighters, the schools, they don't care about them. Because the political parties are the wrong political parties for Liberia. Union Party and CDC is the worst thing that ever happened to Liberia. Let's get the people out.
Hello?
The man won't get you the party and CDC out and they get it all too. So I know who's ready out.
Othello, I don't like you. I don't like you. Let's welcome John. John, welcome. How are you?
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Coleman. I'm doing fine. Mr. Brown, how are you? Mr. Liba, Mr. Zaza, I think the harmonize Mr. Zaza the morning.
Man. Okay, Lord John, but they're not just treating me fair at all. The same I have not spoken.
Yeah, I can see because your men are in charge.
Just say postpone your wedding because David said it by her.
Yeah, they said it by too hard. They said the wedding continue today again.
John, you postpone the wedding?
I postponed the wedding. I never sent my kidney before I made that bad.
Okay, continue. Continue that. All right, let's go to business. Let's go to business. Othello, let's grab you right now. Let's hear you, Othello.
To say what on my mind or who should the topic we're talking about?
Hold on 1 minute. Sis Miata, you back on the line?
I am.
Okay, gentlemen, you can hear her now?
Yeah.
Okay. Sis Miata, you can hear them too?
I heard one person say yes.
Okay.
So
okay, yes. I can hear you.
Mute ourselves. Yeah.
We can hear you. Okay, put us on mute, that's fine.
Okay, good morning, Grand Gita. Good morning, guys. My name is Miata. I am a regular SK TV, actually I'm SK TV Oman. So on the regular show where you hear Sekou talk about SK TV Oman, that me. But I like what you're doing. Why am I excited about it? Because for years, all my life, all my conscious life, one of the things that I always am speaking on is the fact that during normal day and after the war, Liberia needs to be decentralized. The government, and part of the reason why if we don't know is that it's a matter of control. Controlling the government power and over every year. They used to have 26. They come from county to county. After that, they jolly in that county, think some war based on daily. They go on. But if you take 15 counties, and every year you go to one county, by the time you do 15 and come back, say for example that Grand Gita, nothing going on. So it was and continues to be systemic, meaning that it's not open. But thank God for technology. And technology has caused it to be open, to be decentralized. And that's my excitement about it, because now I can listen to people in Grand Gita and all over the rest of the country. So I thank you very much for this show. That is my grievance against the show. My grievance against the show is that for some men, that's not balance. If you talk about balance, you gotta have one man, one woman, two men, two women, three men, three women, so that it's balanced. Now, we understand the reason why. Again, it's being systemic. Our country is a male domineering country. But I say to you, who carry you now, more? Who born you? Who feed you? Who clean you? Who teach you? Who send you to school? And in fact, now, even in your old days, who you got to run to? You got to run to a woman, whether your wife, your girlfriend, your significant other, and you look up to them. But then when they come to certain things, then you want them to be silent. So I come on the show to speak specifically to women, to Liberian women. You have a voice. Stand up, speak up, express yourself, tell Liberia and tell Grand Gita what's on your mind. You tax-paying citizens. You're not paying your taxes to Grand Gita or to the Republic of Liberia governmental coffers for nothing. You got a voice. So speak up, appear on the show, call on the show, comment on the show. You have a voice. Let me tell you something. The only reason why people do not become who they want to be is because they are attached to who they have been. Let me repeat that. The reason why people do not become what they want to be is because they are attached to who they have been. And because the culture is so male domineering, the women have become silent. The women will have a voice. Gentlemen have a female on the show. So I'm volunteering my services for this show from an educational perspective. Every now and then, I will appear on the show to speak to our women, to speak to our children, to speak to our men, so that we can begin to learn something about this great country called Liberia, about the ills of Liberia. And that's what's on my mind today. So, gentlemen, I will fix my computer so that I can be able to appear. Now I'm calling from the United States and there's a time difference. So it's 2 in the morning. I stay in my bed. Thank you that. Wake up, stand up, speak up, come on the show, make your appointment. I thank you, Stacey.
Thank you very much this morning. Thank you. So Othello, let's hear you right now. You saw the pictures of the prison compound. They say correction. We have to go through this topic until 9 o'clock. Then we catch up with national discussion this morning. They say correction palace. This is where when you make your mistake, they arrest you. You have to go out. But before we go further, I want each one of us at least to take our time to welcome Madam Harry, Miata Stella Harry. You know, today she's appearing through the audio. She will be on the video like us as well, definitely. And we're going to do that every morning together to encourage other women in the radio land, other places, to be a part of speaking to national government. So let's begin with you, Othello, by welcoming her. We go across the board and we get back to you for the discussion point.
Well, okay. Thank you, Sekou. Thank you,
Othello,
Sekou.
please put your video on. A lot of people on the show want to see our panelists.
Oh,
yeah, it's very important.
I thought I was taboo. I thought, okay, let me put my video on. Okay.
Yeah, please put your video on.
Yeah, I put my video on now. Well, Sekou, thank you. You know, for me, I know myself, I know my school of thought. If somebody first time coming somewhere, you know, I was trained to speak to them. So you say you're going to be in my statement if I say anything. So, the eloquent madam, you are wholeheartedly welcome to the show, to be one of the panelists. And we know that you bring strength, and you know you are well outspoken. So we are here to learn from each other, and also you are most welcome. Thank you. Now, Sekou.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Quickly, CIO, welcome back to you, Othello, please. Just to welcome all of us.
Yes, Mamiata, welcome to the State Podium. And we are very happy to have you here. And my name is Dixon Lever, but for short, I'm called CIO. I work for the National Civil Society Council. We'll be here to work side by side. I like the way you come on. First day, firing, gender equality. Women have to be there. Dixon, that's a good start. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
John? John, unmute yourself, my man.
All right. Yeah, I'm not show my face more, but it's fine. So, yeah. So I just want to take this time to say welcome to Mamiata. I don't know if you prefer being called like that, but I know through our conversation, we've always looked forward to having a gender balance. We always look forward to having a female joining us on the show, and it's glad that you've expressed interest. So, to add up to what the two speakers said, I want to take this time to welcome you. You can feel free to bring in your conversation, whatever conversation is there, being political. If you want to speak from a national perspective, you are encouraged. If you have a political side, you want to speak politically, you are encouraged. And what we can assure you is, yeah, we respect people's views, so you can be assured that we'll always respect their view, no matter what you say, whether it makes sense or not. We'll dig deeper to make sense out of it. So you can feel free, and we'll call you all due respect as a female among many men.
Thank you.
Emmanuel?
Good morning. Thank you, Madam Hara. Thank you for joining us. It's a pleasure to have you on the show. Your voice counts. And everybody out there is ready to hear a female, and volunteering yourself is the best thing. You are welcome. And I highly appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Othello. Let's go across the table. Let's take 1 minute so that you can deliberate quickly. Go ahead.
Speaking of what now? The prison compound?
Yeah, the compound. From the legal perspective. From the legal perspective, you saw the compound, you noticed that the police don't have a car, the PSU don't have a car. You saw the place the officers sleep. I mean, you saw the way things are with the image. As we speak now, they are in their inner fence. They are in the inner fence there. They cannot come outside to the broader area as they normally used to do. That's how it is right now. So they are now in jail already again because of the place is open before some people start escaping and what have you. What do you make up of these things?
Yeah, thank you, Sekou. I'm not going to speak to the police or correction officer because for them, they are not president. They get 2 elbows, 2 legs, 2 hands, everything correct. They're not on detention, and when to see that say that kind of move and manner, well, I think we'll do for Jesus Christ to can't speak for them, so they will speak for themselves. But I'll be able to speak for those in jail. Sekou, I can remember when we were coming out in Grand there, people that was in jail those days, they used to wear that yellow clothes or red clothes to come sell. They bring in a quick common in the market, they do a whole lot of stuff. And this thing they need to do, it used to help them to generate money. It make them, even when government bring them supplies, they'll be able to get some other things to be eating in the meantime. But I don't know whether the people that who controlling them now, they are not knowledgeable to this thing, or they don't have any idea how to maintain a prison compound. Well, I don't really understand. But anyway, the Bible said it. Those who can read the Bible say, when the leader lack vision, that the people can perish, the country can perish. So similarly, maybe that's something that are going on. But it's just very bad to see somebody, they have their own right. Not because they are image, they have right. And you understand?
Mm-hmm.
People who having that right and then nothing happening. See, I will say 13 bags, but I was 13, but my own eye when I check it, that was 9 bags. He said 13, but me when I checked, I saw 9. All depends on the kind of lens they were using. So my lens, but You know what drew them close up for me at 9. You know, and it's wrong. It's wrong. All over the place is wrong. The people just want to put people to jail, send people to jail, and then to just abandon them. How people being pre-trial detained to just be there for almost 2 years, nothing happening. Then you put them outside. Then put the people outside, let people go. So Sekou, you know, I'm just frustrated, but I'm not talking about the police and all of you, because I would tell Branken be police officer. They assign car with me in the car park, and I just sit and call my mom. When the car spoil, I'll tell people, hey, this is it. When they can't do anything, well, then they'll take it. Because I can't be. What the use of the car down there? What the use of that car in the yard? Grass growing in the car. What the use of the car? Or after making the salary, I know the salary they're making, all besides that, are they generating money from different sources? Maybe when they get other means of making money, they're not talking about God if you know you're making money, but in the other means again, you don't care for the other means. But they should be mobile. So it's just frustrating. So I don't want to go, I don't want to eat all the time. I want to get down to my colleague to speak. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Quickly, let's go over to you. You got a budget? You just told me you got a budget.
Yeah, but
So you
answer you.
John, let's bring you in quickly.
Yeah, because I was following when you guys were having the conversation. So, yeah, so I saw the videos and I saw the photos. When I was in the backstage, especially on the Facebook. So, firstly, before I criticize, I must firstly take this time to appreciate the police and the corrections officers. No matter what you say, they deserve to be appreciated for their dedication to serve the country, because the very county, I don't want to blame this squarely on the presidency of Mr. Buaka, because I'm though a solution, but this one is really caught my heart. Like, if there were real facilities rehabilitated, maybe CCI inherited damaged facility from the United Party and came to power, if we have had time to reconstruct or maybe renovate those facilities in 6 months, you will see something looking real, and maybe you could assume to say, those facilities are being mismanaged within the first 6 months. But if you look at the facility you displayed, that maybe it's something that has been mismanaged for years, and you can't squarely put that on the shoulder of Mr. Bwaka. The only time you want to do that is if you look at the arrest agenda. One of the key components of the arrest agenda is the issue of security. So you don't handle security matter in your mouth. You got to give it an attention. That's why the last time when the issue of cosmetic budget came about the Senate retreat, that was our agitation. Or not like the Senate should take what was being allotted to them to give to GFK and the security apparatus, but they can first hold it as a national priority that these people, they need to be satisfied. They need to have a better welfare before they can go on cosmetic retreat. So the police, especially the PSU, the correction officer, they do extremely well. The fact that they're living under that condition, the fact that they're being ill-treated in such a manner, but they're still serving, leave the salary. How much salary these people make? Even if they make more salary, how often does they come? Sometimes you read an interview, the people really take pay after every 3 months. How they even manage it? You just look at the sleeping place, ask some of them the place they eating, they're drinking water. They don't even, I'm not too sure they have a safe drink, but they're still serving. They are not there on day. One day for you to hear is amidst all the conditions that the police and the correction officer will say, we put arm down or we put uniform down, we're not working because they will be ill-treated, but they still sleep in the areas. As we speak, even those who went there yesterday to do it last day, at the same place they slept, they're still working. They're still making sure that people are being that people are being guided, that those who committed crime will not come out anytime, break out jail, come out, and then still be dangerous walking around in the community. So their services must be appreciated. If they talk, how many times security apparatus will not complain? If they complain, that in Labrador will say you explain tired. If they complain, Mr. Brian, if you wanted to go out there to complain, who will hear them? Why will they go? So I hope the West with the article Grand Wender yesterday, you can use the influence nationally or with the security system so that things can be improved. But it's very disheartening to see the condition of those people in there. Yeah, it's not fun at all.
Thank you very much. Emmanuel Zaza? Emmanuel, you practicing again? Okay, let's hold
I
on.
thought I spoke already. You want me to talk again?
Okay, go ahead.
I mean, you read.
Okay, we don't
Okay.
want to
Yeah. So
talk.
on the
It's
issue of
fine.
the
Okay, good. Thank you. Thank
no,
you.
I said I spoke on it before. You want me to talk? I can talk again.
No, it's okay. Let's bring in Miata. Ma Miata,
Okay.
let's hear
Yes,
you on
I'm
this.
here. So we have to look at what caused it, try to find a solution. The problem is systemic. Systemic meaning it be going on and on and on. And ask the question, what is identify what is the problem? What's causing this problem? How can we best address the problem? Everybody come and want to act like they know when they don't know because government take over. You're not getting any solution to no problem. You're only trying to exert your power. But you yourself haven't even identified what causing the problem because you're too busy trying to show off and carry on. Now, the reason we hold President Joseph Boyka because he is the leader. We come to your house, Sekou. There are rules and guidelines that govern your home, that govern your space, that govern your environment, that govern your community. Whatever come there to interrupt what you have said, you're going to step up and speak, address it, and make sure it never happens again. This is your territory. This is your environment. These are your children. This is your wife. You are the head. So let's come to the situation. Because someone is in jail, what do we identify? How do we look at what they do in that facility or who runs that facility or how it's supposed to be ran? What are the prisoners' responsibility? Because you're in jail, don't mean you just sit down. And we got to understand these things. While you're there, you're supposed to be there locked up to reflect on what it is that you did wrong. You got to look in the mirror and you got to try to correct yourself. And in trying to correct yourself, as you show to the people who govern, guide you, that you're doing better, this will lead them to say, okay, Sekou is trying, Sekou has shown something, so we got to release him. But it starts with them. The person who leading that facility, the people who working for him, who is supposed to delegate responsibility to, and not try to micromanage. Micromanage meaning that you want to be in the power, you want to be the only person to talk. Nobody will not say anything. The buck stop with you. No, that's not how you govern. That's not the way of a good leader. A good leader has a staff that gets the responsibility. Each person is supposed to know what part they play in that institution, in that facility, in that house. Sarah, your job when you wake up in the morning that to sweep. Mary, your job in the morning that to make sure hot water on the fire for your pa and man to take back. You see, you setting example. You delegating responsibility. You get job after the bed. What happened to the water? What happened to the water? Why I got water? But then you show Sarah, tell Sarah what to do. That is our problem, our issue. Until we begin to re-examine ourselves. Michael Jackson, in his soul recipe, said, look in the mirror at the image that you're looking at and try to change your ways. So we got to identify, looking in that mirror, who am I? What is my role? What is my responsibility? Sekou, you cannot put the cat before the horse. You got to put the horse before the cat, because that the horse that will drive as he go to pull the cat and everything else that come along with it.
Thank you very much.
So when we look at the situation that's happening, kudos, yes. Like I forget his name said about the police, we salute them because they are trying to keep up with what it is their responsibilities and their duties are.
Okay.
But if the people who governing not doing their work, then where are we going? Let's all think about it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's bring in CRO. CRO will give you like 3 minutes or 4 to speak on the issue of this correction policy in Zuaju, because I learned that you've already found the budget for Ministry of Justice and how much is supposed to be allocated to the prison, if possible, across the country. We are specifically interested in, if possible, Zuaju or Grand Jide County Correction Policy, so that we know exactly why are they being like. Because if you go in there, CIO, you come to realize that this is not just on a United Party government. In fact, from the days of the CDC, the last 6 years or beyond, probably maybe in fact during the United Party government under Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, that's when some of those things start to go down. But let's hear from you quickly. Welcome.
Thank you, Sekou. And thank you, everybody. You know, all of what we are discussing has to do with budget. They need money to improve the area. So what is happening to the money? This budget we are about to talk about, it comes from the draft budget of 2024 national budget, because the approved one, the executive have refused to publish it. But we are making some inquiries. We are told that they will publish the approved national budget today. So we are still relying on the draft national budget. It will change so now slightly in the approved one. But this is what I have to say. Ministry of Justice. When you look at the budget of Ministry of Justice in the 2023 fiscal year, Ministry of Justice have 42 million United States dollars. 42 million. In the draft 2024 national budget, Ministry of Justice has 37 million. So you see it, they got 42 million last year to use. But what is happening to the budget is, out of the 42 million, they are using a little over 29 million for salaries. 29 million for salary. What is left? Around 13 million for logistics and XYZ. And Sekou, it will surprise you. The police, the member of the Palace of Correction, and all other security apparatus on the Ministry of Justice, don't be surprised why they didn't have uniform to wear last year and up to today's date. I don't know whether they are supplying a new uniform. Because why? In the national budget, the Liberian National Police has 120,000 United States dollars for uniform. Police uniform, 120,000 United States dollars. But guess what? The budget overturned in 2023. They get them $0 for uniform. The government did not get the police damn to buy a uniform out of the 120,000 United States dollars. That's the reason why the police have no uniform to wear. Zero, big zero is there. And more besides, the Palace of Correction that we have an emphasis on, they are captured under the National Budget Code 601. Palace of Correction, they're under Ministry of Justice 601. Under that, out of the 42 million budget for Ministry of Justice, the Palace of Correction across Liberia, they have 337,420 United States dollars.
Are you kidding me?
Yes.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. For the 2 million, they got what? 337,000.
Jesus
Can you
Christ.
imagine that? That is what the equipment say. It is infinite testament to the overall. It's small, it's stunning to the overall budget the people been having. But the issue there is the 337,000, their salary inside. The trickle down effect to the palace are not being felt, right? The vehicle, the logistics, the balance 13 million for logistics for fuel and XYZ. Why is it not coming down? Why the generator is not on? In the same budget, they balance $13 million for Ministry of Justice after they removed their salary. They get $908 last year. 908,000, sorry. 908,000 United States dollars for fuel and lubricant. Right? Fuel and lubricant, 908,000 United States dollars. Out of the 908,000, how much they received last year? They did not receive all of the 908,000, but they received 471 United States dollars for fuel.
Across the country?
Yes, across the country. 470,000 United States dollars. Why you receive 470,000 United States dollars for fuel, and then the Palace of Correction in Zwedru got no fuel, right? So all those issues. That's why when we say we need robust legislature to hold some of the people accountable, you call the Minister of Justice now that we have in the year. Honorable Mary Johnson can raise it. Honorable Sokan right in his backyard can raise it and call them why there is no fuel. Why we don't see the place being rehabilitated? Now we get 602 rehabilitation here. Rehabilitation last year, the Gawa, they received 415,000 United States dollars for rehabilitation. They are expected to receive 339,000 this year for rehabilitation. Why you have the rehabilitation center to Zwedru or Central Prison leaking? Why is it leaking? Yeah, so you can't do that. So Sekou, we just want to keep it at this. So I just concluded on this for the 2,000 for Ministry of Justice. To the 9,000 of that budget go to salary.
3 million
go to Palace of Correction, right? And then you have fuel and lubricant 908,000 last year. Out of 908,000, they received 471,000 for fuel and lubricant. So when you have this, and then the basic trickle-down effect is not being felt at the local level, then there is a need to call somebody to book, to hold them accountable. That is why the legislature are there. So when we go to
let me support you a little bit. Can you hear me?
Yes, my brother.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I want us to come to the people who say they call themselves citizens and voting for people. Let's go to the legislature. One legislator, not the senator, now the representatives. One representative in Liberia gets $3,000 every month for fuel. That is 600 gallons at the rate of $5. 600 gallons per month. Times that 600 gallons per 73. The legislature gets 43,800 gallons of fuel per month. The House of Representatives. I'm not thinking about their staffs. I'm not thinking about the ordinary worker. I mean, just the representatives themselves. I'm not thinking about the staff. Because the staff also get coupon for gasoline. I'm not thinking about the general staff, guys, what they call the boss. I'm thinking about each representative get $300,000 every month. Times that by 73 and divide by 5, they get 43,800 gallons of fuel every month. And the whole country, the entire correction department in the entire country, they can't even get that per whole year. 1 month going to the House of Representatives can cover the entire country 1 year budget when it comes to fuel and lubricant. Go ahead, see how I don't want to put out there.
So that's true. So now we are saying if you receive 471,000 for fuel and lubricant from Ministry of Justice, let's assume that you have 6 or let's say 10 prison centers, central prison center across the country. If each of them could just receive 10 to 15,000 for fuel, or let's say 200,000 for fuel, and they are 10, it'll just be around 200,000. And the other 200,000, you can use it at national level, and we see that generator is there, it can be fuel. Which Palace of Correction that have received up to 10,000 United States dollar cash or coupon value
So in essence, the people just put the money into the budget, get it, and do something with it to enrich themselves because it's not coming down.
It is.
That's what you write there.
That's what you write
there, CIO. That's what you write there, CIO. Open the phone lines, interact with the audience a little bit, and then we take 1 or 2 stories quickly from the national level, and we call it a date on the segment. Tomorrow we will have the face of Miata. Says Miata Stella Harry. She's gonna be with us tomorrow. The numbers to put your calls on is 0881 1435 04 0776 105 105. And let's hear you this morning. Hello.
Good morning, Chico. How are you?
I'm okay. Samson Bosso Williams. How are you?
Thank you, my dear brother. Let me say good morning to the panelists this morning, and thank you for bringing on the one the strong female general that I just listened to this morning on your platform.
Okay.
So, to be honest, for me, it was a waste yesterday for you to go along with the superintendent. I prefer you going there alone, because going with the superintendent yesterday is not news for the people of Grand Gile. Because yesterday the superintendent was lawmaker. And under his watchful eyes, nothing was done at that party of correction. That thing that happened there is a normal day something. It's not something that just happened today. And the next thing, people who suffering at that place that we refer to as the Hindus, we even have, when it comes to the pre-time, the civilians even have people. Is getting yesterday the beginning, so why you go see the who are you saying that go visit them? Now, when it comes to the issue of the security that to that place, that people that just love this country, that why they are there. You know what I'm saying? Now, to be honest with you, the past regime, Grant was a lawmaker. There's no some to make a seat for that people. So coming out today to say we're depending on the grain to speak to national government about people, the part of correction, then we are wasting our time. Because you have never done that before. So the only thing that we can do is to use platform with all of the good panelists we have to raise the issue.
Thank you, Samson. Thank you very much. Let's go there. Pick up Joseph Wablo. All right. We lost him. Put your calls on 0776 105 105 0881 1435 04. Hello.
Good morning, Shibu.
Good morning, Wablo. How are you this morning? Welcome. Let's hear you.
Thank you. Let me first say a special good morning to the female on the State Podium. And let me say you are most welcome, mother. I listened to your presentation and it is resonating. So could I go to the point? What is alarming now is the issue of the sudden breaking down of the fence of the Palace of Corrections.
Yeah.
But what is paramount, there are multiple issues that the people or the security in that particular sector are faced with. So I can still retrospect. Few months back, when the correction officers were challenged with the issue of mobility, can you imagine the only operational movement that they have been down for a period of 6 months? Personally, our local office was engaged by the operation, other correction officers, by me, and they made a passionate plea of a movement, an operational movement that has to do with a motor bag because the car they have, it is down. And government are not giving any attention to that issue that has to do with their mobility. Through my through my involvement with the senator, I decided to push the issue of the corruption officer issue can be addressed. And by the grace, the senator was able to release a brand new motorbike, that which I presented to the corruption officer that being used currently now for operational purpose. With that same issue, they raised an issue that has to do with the corruption officers have been underpaid, and till now, many of them don't even know their salary. Sometimes they have influx or fluctuation of their salary. Sometimes some people get 60, some people get 70, some people get 75, and they have queried to the leadership, what is the current status of salary? The next issue that they highlighted was the issue that has to do with corruption officers have not been insured to the extent that they are risking their life, guarding inmates in their life and not being insured is something that worries on. It's something that is horrible, and our people are not being given such a concern. But the only thing I told them was that they keep under a concern, and I said that we cannot speak to issue under a concern. What you can do is that channel a communication to the leadership, to the local authority, and CC copy the Grand Legislative Caucus, then that issue can be given attention. But when you come as a concern, then it somehow undermines the essence of why the corruption officers leadership have been established here. And that issue has been working gradually. But Sheku, you know, our people cannot give issue attention until when the issue gets horrible. Why would they claim that now the corruption officers is in need when they have been crying over the years? Because we are not today that the fence is broken down. That's why our leadership, or that's why he are claiming the attention of many of us. I want to use this platform to say that our leaders need to act. And I'm very glad that Superintendent Ellis Chester Grant have inherited a situation that somehow I will describe it that he cannot even face that in the period of 2 years. Because can you imagine, almost every sector of this county have been broken down, and the fabric of our peace is somehow being considered as a fragile state. Because can you imagine the security, the health, the educational sector? Every sector has a serious problem. And I think in my capacity that there are a lot of things that need to be done until we come down to our leadership, and our leadership be able to invite the requisite authorities so that they can speak to the issue.
Okay.
Listen to note. I listened to CIO, and what CIO said, if you look at the empirical data for the budget allocation for our justice ministry, is something that is I would describe it something limited, and other people, other sector receiving a gigantic portion of our national budget, and there have been no justifiable explanation of the usage of said money. And people who are sacrificing for our state and somehow risking their life, they are not being given such attention. And this issue is something that I want to use this media to point out our leadership to see how best that this people can be given a clear attention so that their lives can be ensured at the same time to reinstate the issues that have been broken down into the process. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Let's go to the line, take this by saying good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm okay, good.
Is that Paul Ramsey
speaking?
Go ahead, let's hear you.
Yes, Seku, good morning. And usually my guys, good morning to you guys up there. For us, we are interested in the possibilities sometimes when there are some controversial opinions. Well, let's look at the issue of the National Palace of Corrections. That issue incident took place on Thursday of last week. And so the first call I received after 10 o'clock was from the prison director. So right there, I contacted the local authority. We proceeded there in the absence of Honorable Grant. He was not around. So we got there, and then the local authority head of Azoe at that time decided to work along with the prison authority to ensure that that information goes up to the requisite institution. So we got there yesterday based on the briefing provided by Crispin. They've now asked him to identify 2 contractors, potential contractors. All right, and amongst the 2 or so, one will be selected to do the reconstruction of the fence. And we were there when Mr. Gallo came there. So in other words, what I'm saying is that those issues have been talked about, but there are decisions being taken at the level of the Ministry of Justice to ensure that that fence is reconstructed. We agree, not one person can do all, but at least with some intervention on things like that being made from the media, from other people, or from other stakeholders, much will be done. We can do it collectively. So as we speak right now, Crispin has provided that there is a decision to start that project very soon. And not just that, that center is a palace of corrections and rehabilitations. And that was the the core reasons why that place was established. But yesterday, that place has been broken down since the war, the Liberian Civil War. We saw the rehabilitation hall. We saw where they do the washing basin. We saw all of the structures completely damaged. So it's an HO issue, even more than the past 12 years. So that's not just being justifiable. But what I'm saying is that we need to do, as a county and as a people, raise this concern on the various platform through the requisite authorities so that we can have a redress whether the cast expressions on people or the other. People may have their own opinion, but I think much is needed to be done from us as well.
Thank you.
All right. So on the side of the fence, I think the process is on course, and I'm sure in as soon as possible time they will have that issue addressed. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's take Stephen Sekwa Sewon. Good morning.
Good morning, Sekou.
Stephen, welcome. Let's hear you.
All right, thank you, Sekou. You know, for our part, we actually want to appreciate you for making it show gender balance. Because for us, we as an apprentice and professional politician, we deal with both male and females. So sometimes issue that the male can maybe they have aggressively address the female can pour water in Alahala like the common Liberian English journalist said. Now, Sekou, I just want to bring few issues to your attention. For us, our portion of being an opposition, we will sometimes recommend. But if our recommendation cannot take place, then of course maybe we can use the other means to see how well this government can be on the right trajectory. Number one, the issue of building the fence of the palace. Sekou, I don't think it is the need of Grenadians. Somebody said Superintendent Grant inherited a system that cannot be repaired now. Superintendent Kaipale left 94 million and some portion of USD that I cannot recollect right now. He can use that money instead of building or maybe rebuilding the fence of the palace to take portion of that money to carry to the correction of palace. I don't think there's any importance attached to or urgency or emergency attached to the building of the fence of the palace. That is, I see that as one of the means of job, maybe justifying another means of getting certain amount of money. That be real. Why you want to do in a palace that you want to build fence? The fence is already there. And somebody say we want to carry the fence up. Why you want to do in a palace that you don't want anybody to see? So I am urging the local government, if they are listening this morning, that the issue of building the palace to take the fence very high, it is not important to the people of Grenada County. And they should not use the taxpayer money to have that place rebuilt. The fear is already there.
Thank
we
you.
Have different issues in the county that need the attention of the local government. Number one, you see the issue of road. There are other communities or towns that you cannot easily take your motorbike or tow. But somebody say, I will build fence. Why is it important? Is it carrying any benefit back to the downward people that are in the interior places? So the issue of building that fence for me, it is not necessary for the people of Grenada. And I'm urging the local government under the high leadership of Superintendent Grant to make sure that the issue of that fence should be heard and focus on different issues that will bring relief to our people. Thank you.
Thank you very much this morning. We'll take this person to be our last lucky caller. I'm sure it's
Hello.
Paul Renzi. Is that Paul Renzi?
Yeah, this is Paul Renzi, Sekou.
Okay, go ahead. Let's take you this time around to be our last lucky
Yes,
caller.
Sekou, all opinions guarantee and very much interesting. I have not heard, but I'm saying the prison director through the Ministry of Justice, all right? So I have not heard any one person saying, okay, they want, maybe they say, I'm sure people said because people make some political statements, sometimes some other places. So that issue of the project, according to Crispin Doe, is from the Ministry of Justice. That is one. Two, the breakage of the fence has a negative security implication on the county. A whole lot. There are hardcore criminals in that fence. People who are there, who are looking for the single opportunity, smallest opportunity to find a way out. So when they find their way out, they find their way in our communities, in our towns, in our villages. And in order to get some money and go away, they will commit crime. We have been complaining about that. So it has a lot of negative implications on the county, on the security of the people of this county and of the country by large. So it has a lot of things. And I'm very sure that is why the Minister of Justice is looking at it to give a quick fix or respond to that.
Okay.
So I just want to make that point clear because we asked Crispy, what's the implication of the breakage of the fence, the falling of the fence? And he said it has a lot of, it's a security threat to this entire county. People will run out during the night hours. As we speak right now, there are people standing there with guns and things like that. They got some kind of fence they're fixing there, which he said is no guarantee.
Thank you.
All right. To prevent people from falling over and going into the communities. So it has a lot of security implications in the county and by large the country. So I think much is needed to be done, as I said, from central government to ensure that that fence is reconstructed. Most of there are cracks in the wall, according to which you saw yesterday, Sekou. Cracks in the walls. It means that that wall has been existed since the 60s. So there need to be a lot of work done there to make sure that wall is properly cared for. It should be protected in such that we can prevent the occurrence of what we just saw a few days ago. So I just thought to share in on that. Thank you.
Thank you so much this morning for contributing so far. All right, we'd like to say a very, very big thank you to you all. They say ladies before gentlemen. We'll quickly begin with you, Madam Miata. Sis Miata, we'll begin with you to respond to the callers. Take a look at what they said and how you can come in to speak on some matters. 1 minute quickly, and then we'll move on to the rest of the panelists. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Go ahead.
So Sekou, my fellow panelists, but particularly the conversation is to Grand Jide and to Grand people. You see, sometimes they say too many spoons in the soup, in the pot, can spoil the soup. So as I alluded to earlier, as I said earlier, what we need to look at, and in response to the callers, and thank you very much, I am still not satisfied because no woman called. But my ladies, my girls, my cousins, my sisters, you get yourself together. Look in the mirror. Yes, you can. Dial a number and let your voice be heard. You are a Grand Jillian. You are part of that county, and you have a responsibility to contribute to that country. So please call and speak. Now, quickly, again, we go to the governance. And I like what everyone who called in said. But too many spoons in the pot. Liberia got complex problem. This problem cannot all be solved. But we can take it step by step. And that means that we Grand Gideons can take control of Grand Jide. This is why we have representatives. This is why we delegate responsibilities. The problem is, do we understand our roles, our responsibility in government? One, somebody said, Sekou, you shouldn't have taken the superintendent, and I disagree with that person. Yes, Sekou was supposed to take the superintendent, because regardless of where the superintendent was, you can be there 50 years, 40 years, but you know A from Beaufort, you know A from Beaufort. If you know what's going on, you know what's going on. So in order to reorient you with this new incoming government, to remind you of what your responsibilities are, come, let go. You can see, you are the head. You are like the president in Grand Jide. So in order for you, the things that you missed because you were too busy in Marora, hustling. But now that you're here, you got to pay attention to here. And you got to delegate your responsibilities. Whatever happened in Monrovia, see, Monrovia is a county. It just happened to hold the seat of government. So if you are assigned to Monrovia, you do not live in Mosurado, that's not your county. Your county is Grand Jide. We send you there to lobby on behalf of Grand Jide. Whatever the government got, make sure Grand Jide got a piece and bring it back to Grand Jide and turn it over to the other person whose responsibility it is and role it is to carry it and see it through. We got to begin to put those steps in order to get it right. The fence is old. That's a fact. If we know that, what can we do to remedy that problem? What caused the fence to be breaking down? Was there too much water in the cement that made the concrete black? If it is, the person who responsibility should be handed that job and let him do it to the best of his ability. So these things circle again. Like I said, in your heart, you the man, you the power, you the president. Your wife is the vice president. The children are your ministers. They each have a responsibility. Let us identify the problem. Let us find out what the solution to the problem. Let us remedy the problem. Thank you.
Otello, are you there? Otello Brown, are you there? Otello, I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you. Unmute yourself.
You hear me now?
I'm getting you. Did you listen to the callers?
Yeah.
Otello, I feel looking at you for sleepy, I swear.
Oh, yeah, not clear.
Oh, yeah, not clear.
If I'm not sleeping, Otello can be sleeping. I'm not sleeping because I'm asleep down. Otello cannot be sleeping.
Okay, Otello, let's hear you.
Shegu, watch your make me talk. We are end of the, you know, for the make was sleep, I can talk.
Okay. I give my time to
okay. John, go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yeah, so thank you very much. You see, like I always say, I appreciate every time if you open a line for to interact with the callers because I mean, basically, it's good thing is that every time we discuss Nigeria issues, people who call in who are in Nigeria and they feeling the direct impact of the conversation. So, like the prison compound thing, I listen to the callers, and I want to agree with how they call with something on one point, and that been my major point. And I think one person who made that statement too as well was Papa Joseph Tayo. He said it before. He was pleading to Mr. Boyka to say, all those who have had a taste of power and seriously cry that the country haven't been moving developmental wise because of the past leaders, they shouldn't be given the chance to serve. I know as in the heads of some people it's not going to make sense, but literally it makes sense. Because what we're talking about when Samson made a comment that you shouldn't agree take on Mr. Grant because he was not just an ordinary lawmaker. Prior to leaving office and joining the rescue mission, he was the caucus chair. He had direct supervision on activities of the county in working with the superintendent. How many times did he ever visit the prison compound? We had the issue. He was how they call chairman of the CDC legislative caucus. So that means all senators represented from the CDC, he was having jurisdiction over the every time the president want to direct conversation with his lawmakers from a party, he has to pass through Mr. Grant. He was chairman of the sophisticated legislative caucus. In my mind, that particular prison company is not just hosting how they call prisoners from Zwaju, we host prisoners from all part of Liberia. I know so at some point in time, the people from Monrovia, their musician, Friday the 7th man one, he was in that prison before when he had issues. So the issues are very lingering. What did he do when he was in power? Coming to the superintendent, where he had to be begging vice president, he had to be begging a very long to push the issue on the floor or to push harder in the executive. That's limitation of power. But we hope his proximity with some other guys in the executive will further help to solve this situation because, like I said, this issue is not a CDC issue. This is not the current United Party issue. This issue has been in existence for a long time, and all the past administration they failed on it.
Okay.
And for me, I don't gamble people's life with politics. So I don't want to put too much politics into it. We hope that I want to appreciate Mr. Rense for providing, first-hand information that actions are being taken to remedy the situation. But the fence is not just a thing, but in there to where the people sleeping, the food, the people are running out of food. What are the quick solutions? So I hope next time when you call him, they extremely well to call to give us some personal information. But I hope he will be more informed as to what is being done to rescue the food insecurity and to also rescue the issue of the sleeping place for those people that are looking after the prisoners in there. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much this morning. We're going straight to the national scene right now. We got two stories we're going to be looking at from Monrovia that affects Liberia. Quickly, if you go to the Daily Observer newspaper, you'll find a story there and it's captioned Finance Minister Rick's detention over contempt charges. What are they talking about? Two stories capture my attention this morning. It holds me very, very big. Salala Rubber Corporation workers endure deplorable housing condition. Now, if you look at the photograph, let me see what I can punch that quickly for you to see. I don't know why this time when you have issues, sharing the pictures, you see the cracking of the video and all these kinds of things. But let me show you the housing unit, the houses that people live in Salala. Look at this picture. I mean, these pictures right here. See the houses we're talking about. Look at them. It's frustrating. It's very, very much frustrating. And the Salala Rubber Corporation, the workers there, this is not the first time they're coming up with this issue. I mean, normally, somebody's working in a plantation. You see the kind of place. Otello, you're looking at it. John, you see it clearly. Tell me, brothers.
Yeah. I'm seeing it.
This person have or people have in the community. But let's quickly go for the story here this morning, and then we move on there this morning. This is what it says here, and it's from Agibi County in the heart of Liberia's rubber industry. The Salala Rubber Corporation stands tall, but the reality for its workers is far from promising. Workers and their families who contribute tirelessly to the company's success live in conditions that most would find unimaginable in today's world. Concerns about the deplorable status of the estate's housing unit on SRC plantation was one of the many grievances that triggered last week's protest by the aggrieved plantation workers. But the Salala Rubber Corporation management, through the relationship and administrative consultants, consented to the workers concerned and disclosed that a committee has been constituted to ensure the housing unit will soon be repaired. What a crazy thing. Government will come and they will go in to say, oh yeah, this. All along the people been living in this kind of, with this kind of situation. Nobody has come to, they've been complaining, they've been talking. This is not the first time. So in Liberia, as soon as things happen, that's when they get to understand that they need to set up a committee. This needs a very swift intervention, not just to set up a committee. But let's go for the story here. However, doing an investigative tour on the plantation, Front Page Africa's reporter discovered that workers, especially tapper, employees and contractors, have been forced to live in huts. Hot. When they say hot, that thing where they can do round like that and pull papo over a hut with shattered windows. Imagine that. Leakage roofs and doors and doors. Thus exposing workers to the element such as rain, wind, extreme temperature, but also increase the risk of what? Bloggery and intrusion by pests. That means anything can go to them, snakes, scorpions, and what have you. A Liberian being treated in his or her own home like this. Government need to do something about this. Most of the tappers on the plantation who wish not to be named say many of the house leakage roofs are a significant concern. And during the wet season, they say family endure the constant threat of water dripping into their homes and further deteriorates the already fragile living condition. The SRC worker cited that the implications of their living condition extend beyond physical discomfort as families are being faced with increased health risks, exposure to pests, and unsanitary living conditions. Why? I mean, unsanitary living conditions. Why? The SRSC tapper noted that while they are grateful for the employment opportunity, many expressed deep disappointment at the disparity between the hard work in the rubber field and the substandard living condition they endure. They feel overlooked, undervalued, and by a company that profit from their labor but fail to invest in their well-being. Front Page Africa investigation discovered that 5 of the estate's facilities on the plantation pose an unhealthy and troubling living environment for the workers. Camp 9 and 8 estates, that place they even calling estates. Camp 9 and 8 estates housing unit have been rated with company paying no attention to rehabilitation despite still being used by the company management. At times, they do worker monthly payment in either of the 2 camps. Their investigation revealed. Also, residents of the camp 8 and 9 deserted their home due to management alleged failure to have them rehabilitated, which forced workers to relocate to other camps with the anticipation that the situation could have a change. Let's leave it right there. Why are they treating Liberia like this? When you go to these people, they tell you that you go to your BB people. Why do we even have lawmakers? Why do we even have representatives? Why? Why do we have lawmakers? Why we have representatives? Why we have senators? And I do believe that sometimes it's because ourselves are not voting right. We vote for our stomach because they give us food. They give us clothes to wear. As if some of us have never seen t-shirts before. Something that normally you go in the market and buy. Even though we know that not everybody has the opportunity to go and buy them. But that doesn't mean if somebody gives you a t-shirt, you sell the whole 6 years to them. You're killing yourself. Some of these people who are complaining now are the very people who stood in the rain under the sun to elect their various representatives. And this crowd has not been just today. They've been on this thing for a couple of years now. Nothing is coming far from Ellen Johnson Sirleaf administration, from the very George Weah's administration, the recent one, and down, the Joseph Boakai government. Something needs to be done. Let's quickly look at the other story here. This morning, I'm sure you also see, we don't have much time. Finance Minister risks detention over contempt charges. So we go for the story right here this morning. And then we move on. Let me see whether we have. Okay, so we have John. He's still with us. He's back there. Let's move on to get this story. So in the photograph here, you see the finance minister and that of the Speaker of the House. They are sitting, right there. But let's go for the story now. The Minister of Finance Development Planning, Boema Kamara, is facing potential incarceration over contempt charges as the House of Representatives has summoned him to appear before them on Thursday. That will be on tomorrow. The representatives have requested the minister to provide evidence to justify why he shouldn't be in contempt for impeding the work of the legislative body. But you're not also going to hear why, why civil servants are not taking pay on time. But they're more concerned. They're more concerned about their millions. Over 47 lawmakers voted unanimously to summon Minister Kamara to appear with legal representation on Thursday at 11 a.m. due to his repeated refusal to comply with the 3 separate citations from the House of Representatives. During Tuesday's section, the House invoked his contempt power as outlined in Rule 4, citing actions that obstruct legislative function as ground for the contempt. According to the House rule and procedure, if the finance minister failed to state why he shouldn't be held in contempt by refusing to appear before the August body on 3 occasions, punishment for contempt can include a fine of up to $5,000 United States dollars or imprisonment for up to 1 month or the duration of the current section of the House. The decision made in a contempt case or cases are not subjected to appeal. Minister Kamara, along with officials from the Liberian Revenue Authority, Internal Affairs, and the Liberian Petroleum Refining Company, were invited to provide financial update on consolidated account and bank balances and validate reports from the Liberian Revenue Authority on revenue collections. Why? Let's get this back quickly. Why other parties have cooperated, the failure of the Minister of Finance to appear has been considered contemporaneous. This has prompted the latest request from the House for Minister Kamara appearance on Thursday to address the matter. These are informations we have here on the national side of it. So we'll quickly now go over to see whether we can bring in Madam Harry, Sis Miata, to this point. What do you make up? 2 stories quickly before we go to the guys.
The 2 stories quickly, it boils down again to the same thing that I said, and we need to pay attention to it. I have a quote that says, Liberia problem is not politics, which breeds the magnitude of ignorance that our nation is faced with. What needs to happen is the correction. Again, leadership, who's in charge? People who you hire have to be able to know their role, their responsibility. But Martin Luther King said this. He said, if you don't bend your back, nobody can ride it. If you don't bend your back, nobody can ride your back. That is to say, we talk about the T-shirt and all like that. We got to decide what it is that we want as Liberians, as human beings first. If you allow somebody to treat you less than the best of yourself, then you can't complain because you bend your back. So because you bend your back for T-shirt, and simple. The people in labor are supposed to be monitoring the affairs of those businesses and the labor practices in those businesses. Who is in charge of labor? What is labor doing? Is labor leader delegating his responsibility? Is labor leader and the person he assigned to go, is he lazing? That means he connecting with the person of Mangibi territory or wherever county that is, much rather the county, the government, to say what it is that's happening so they can go and investigate. The only reason now these are upfront is because we have this technology. But as age-old, what we need to do is keep speaking about it, keep educating our people. Our people need to keep an open mind because they're being so programmed with this slave master mentality that they don't understand or comprehend what and how they're supposed to stand up for themselves. We live in order that we learn. We live to learn in order to learn to live better. The reason why our people listening to this show It's because they are living to learn in order to learn to live better. But you can't come and want to learn to live better, but yet you stay bending your back for the people to ride your back. That finance minister, if all those people in those legislative bodies voted collectively, that tells me that they understand the reason for which they voted. I hope, we hope, not because so say one, so say all. And that finance minister, knowing the law in order to prove himself, should not. That's being disrespectful. He ought to appear and defend whatever he's presenting. And if it seems fair to our representatives who we send, then they can either accept or reject. But it first thing starts with our people.
Okay.
Knowing their responsibility and their role.
Thank you. Let's quickly go to you, Othello Brown. Unmute yourself. Othello, please unmute yourself. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Sheku. Thank you. This is a nice show, cool show. But because of some other reason, I let her give my time to her. I enjoy her the morning.
Oh, my man. They are time and what you're giving it, not easy.
but thank you. We welcome your time because that's important, because there's some things that we need to further express the time limitation. So I thank you kindly. Let me repeat again, Sekou. Our Liberian brothers and sisters, my sisters, grandchildren, listen, we live to learn in order to learn to live better. We hire people, we are in charge, not the government. Let's start changing our mentality. And everything government. No. We are an able body. We are the government in Grand Gide. We run our show in Grand Gide. So we ought to get ourselves together. Get our leadership from the superintendent to the next person in line to the next person. I would suggest that we bring in that compound person on the show so that he can come and tell us what's, and we don't listen to what other people is saying. Let it come from the horse's mouth. I will encourage the finance minister to go and sit in front of the body of legislative people and respond to them respectfully. That is his job. They are in charge. And if they call him to find out first what our problem is that's impeding our people being able to get the finances that they owe them or that they are deserving of, he needs to come and be honest and sit in front of the legislative body and defend himself. What's the idea of running away from your responsibility? If you can't handle the job, Papa, move from there. That will put somebody there who can handle the job, who know the role and responsibility, who can be respectful, and who can abide by the law. The law is the law.
Thank you. John, let's take it quick.
All right, thank you very much. Let me appreciate also Ma'am Yata for her deliberation. Honestly, I'm impressed. And to the two issues, borrowing from her, I think the news outlet, they did extremely well to bring this to the attention of the public. I know this issue is not a new issue. In fact, what's happening to the people there is just a little that's of what's happening all over the country. If you go places, people are even ongoing worse situation than what's being displayed by Front Page Africa. And I think basically the state actors, they really are the problem. I want to say this. This one, I don't want to rest it too much on the shoulder of the citizens now. I think the state actors, they basically are the problem because they run the government too much in Monrovia. Everything is there but Monrovia. Sometimes you have inspector generals, you have so many inspectors, everybody at central office, the sitting there, if there's no work, They're reading newspaper, they're on Facebook talking politics. They're not really checking what they're meant to check. I think they should claim the attention of the Ministry of Labor. I think it has some concessional implication, and they have to claim the attention of the National Bureau of Concession. Again, I don't expect much from the National Bureau of Concession because it is now the deputy director for administration and the director of property. They are in serious fight. They don't see eye to eye. There's serious issue there, so it's impeding the operation of that institution. So I think there's also issue at the Ministry of Labor, Assistant Minister for Manpower and Inspection, fighting with the Minister proper. These are all issues that impeding the activities of employees' welfare and people living in the confine of the decent work belt. So again, it's not too late. We call on them. We also call the legislature because they are separate committees responsible to checkmate these companies. Right now, I'm hearing Madam Marie Johnson of Konebo District. She summoned the Horizon Lottery Company. I think this was to appear in Parliament a few days from now to go and answer to allegations that are being raised by citizens from there of maltreatment and some pollution of the safe drinking water there. So again, it's a national government, specifically the executive and the legislature, have got their committee that got oversight. That if the executive are not doing what they're supposed to do to checkmate that if people are living in confine of what was agreed upon, the legislature can also act. So the citizen also need to petition the additional lawmaker to get involved with the situation because it's really, really discouraging. I saw houses, the amount of money the company make from those guys labor and to treat them like that. It's not something fair to joke about. So I hope the right thing can be done as Front Page Africa and flag it out. I hope other media institutions too can pick it up and then be able to flag it out to claim quick attention. Then I think with the issue of the final ministry, yes, I support them somewhere in. I know don't lawmakers are doing it for their search team, but again, it's just something that is affecting the legislature, but it's also affecting other institutions like the judiciary are also complaining. And this one, I want to put politics into it. I think it's from the executive because of the rescue mission, quote unquote rescue mission, and the CGC thing. Areas where citizens or the past government put their people in charge, they are not being usually supported, or even if there's some budgetary allotment, the disbursement of finances are not being reflected to areas you have citizens in charge that we know Mr. We are appointed a lot of people on the Supreme Court bench. So the judiciary system, they've been crying for how they call cash disbursement, all those things. The house of the legislature, you can't be supporting the Senate fully. They're running with all the activity. They're getting their gas right now. They're getting their vehicles to start running their day-to-day activities, and then you're not seeing that being reflected with the lawmaker simply because Yombi Kanga Lawrence is from the rescue mission and Mr. Funanti Kofa is from the CDC. So you want to give preferential treatment to who come from where. It's not a nice thing, especially that LRA come and say we doing extremely well in terms of raising revenue for the country. Then you finance ministry don't want to be in compliance of cash disbursement to the various the how they call the various institution that's been budgeted for. So I think they can come out to get the requisite explanation as to why things are going the way it's going because it's not fair.
Thank you,
It doesn't reflect well. Yeah.
so much this morning. Thank you, and we'd like to appreciate you. It was wonderful being here with all of you this morning. Let me see what I can quickly start taking the comments. We go from the beginning. We have Kevino B. Romo. That's Real Mo. You say good morning, watching from Italy, Venezia. And Joe J. One way say good morning. I'm following live from Johnsonville. Before Miata Stella Herring came on, she said it's a godly money. It's godly money. I have shared the show widely. And to afford the opportunity for others around the country to participate. That's good. Thank you so much. Sarah, now to say good morning, family. And we move on to that's a Kalamo M. Kroma. Say interesting discussion. Chris B. will say Good morning, guys. Following from Zweju City, Grand Jide County, Liberia. Robertson Grill say good morning, Shiko. I'm watching live from McKinney, Sierra Leone. And Gongbe Turi say your hello, my people. Honorable Roland Harris, Junior say good morning. Eugene Sources, thank you so much for following us always. Wake up every morning if you have the time from 7 o'clock to 10 o'clock. And Deati Tokpase watching from Omega Market. CDC project. Councillor Olase watching live from Ouagadougou, Burkina Faso. Gentlemen would like to say, gentlemen and ladies would like to say a very big thank you. Let's now go strictly to panelists to get our parting comment. In 1 minute, we'll begin with the lady, Ma'am Miata. Let's hear you. Parting comment.
Thank you, Sekou. Thank you, Grand Jide. I appreciate it, but I'm still not satisfied. My ladies didn't comment. My ladies didn't call. When I come back tomorrow, I will be looking forward to my ladies. Ladies, it is a pleasure to be with you guys, that we hang here together to analyze, to strategize the best way forward for Grand Jide, because Grand Jide had to take control of Grand Jide, and for our Republic of Liberia. So it is my pleasure to add my voice, Sekou, and the rest of my panelists. I thank you so kindly.
Thank you. Otello, let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you, Mamiata. I actually appreciate you this morning for your expose. You know, you're very much clear and straight to the point, laconic. But before I end, I would just like to ask you one question. Maybe if you come in, what would be your preferable name? The name you prefer people calling you that will flow, that will not give you a hard time. What people calling you, Ente Miata, Bab Miata, Sister Miata, you're confusing us.
You can call me, take one. You can call me Mamiata, or you can call me Sis Miata. It's okay. I got no chip on my shoulder. It is what it is.
Okay, thank you. I love that. I know because some people don't like it for me. You call me Otello, I agree. Call me MOB, I agree. So no problem. Okay, so it's a good show. Tomorrow will be here. Mom, you have to get ready for me tomorrow because I know when the panel get hot, it will not be easy. Yeah, so get ready for me tomorrow. And you all my time to you today because that's your first day. So you gotta rub the sugar all your butt, gotta rub the sugar there. And I want so get ready for me tomorrow. Thank you, Sekou.
John,
I
know what.
I'm ready for you tomorrow.
I know all the free time Mr. Brown gave me. I know you are not free. Nothing free in the warrior. I said nothing free in the warrior. So I saw the man with you all the time. You saw he was behind you. Yeah, but Sheku, thanks to you and your top FM family. I mean, giving you over 2 to 3 hours in the morning. It's not easy thing, especially for personal run adequate radio station. We must appreciate. We don't pay for the time, but you still give it to us at least to have time to be able to express ourselves about how we feel about situations that affect every one of us. I want to appreciate you and also appreciate the SKTV family for allowing us to stream our program live through their page. And also appreciate the callers who normally call, those who tune in, though they don't call, but they always listen. Those who follow us live on the Facebook page, we appreciate them. Ma'am Yata, once more, we want to say you're welcome. Honestly, I admire your presentation this morning. You are firebrand. But like I said, sometimes there's tough conversation here. So again, we're not going to frighten you by your gender because you prove yourself to even be more powerful like a man. So today, that your first day in school. So we want to appreciate you. We want to appreciate you. Tomorrow, we hope that we can wake up early and be here as much as possible for the longest time so that we don't have limited time discussing. So thank you very much, Sheku. Thanks to everyone.
Just imagine, see how we all give you the time. See how we all you the time today. You know, see how we you the time.
Somebody get it down.
All right, thank you guys. And I'm going to
enjoy.
add her. I'm going to
Very
add her
enjoy
to the panelist chat room. Okay, folks, that's all the time we have to be with you. My name is Sheku Lansana Shape White Koroma. And let me say a very big thank you to all of you. Join us tomorrow morning. Better say you can join us this evening, you know, for the SK TV show. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be so wonderful today.